Hey, I'm probably biting off more than I can chew here, but I'm going to talk about compatibility. In yesterday's video, I made a distinction between that initial physical attraction, lust, that gets us interested in somebody, and the longer term issue of compatibility, which determines whether or not we should be together in the long term. And I've had a few people asking who have been wounded in past relationships, left past relationships, been divorced after long periods, who want to get back together with people, who want company, who want a partner, but are scared about how you find the right person, worried about choosing the wrong person for exactly the reasons I stated in my last video. So I started thinking about how we determine compatibility as early as possible in the relationship to make sure that we don't waste time. None of us have got time to waste on relationships that are going nowhere. And this requires carefulness because it's often not easy to tell the difference between what our gut perceives to be a red flag, but is actually just fear or wounding or shadow from our past relationships. And so I want to talk about that difference, because if we're not fully in touch with our intuition, if we're not fully attuned to our hearts, we can often mistake fear for a red flag. So what I'm going to suggest, and I think I'm going to need more than one video to run through this with any decent depth, is to say the first thing you need for sure is a list of core red flags. I mean, things that are super important to you, that are an absolute can't do without in a future relationship. And the second thing is to believe someone when they tell you who they are. This is a big mistake, and I know I've talked about it before, is that we date or marry or start entering into a relationship with potential. Potential is useless. The reality is all there is. The moment is all there is. You can't rely on somebody changing because of what potential you see in them. And so if somebody's actions or words or the way that they describe themselves is a red flag, is something that causes you concern, causes you worry, believe them and make your decision. Can I be with this? Because if you can't, get out as quickly as possible. Third thing, and this is what I think I need to elaborate on in perhaps some more videos, is you've got to start asking some hard questions as early as possible. And I know that's difficult when things are sensitive and delicate and you're in love and maybe the sex is amazing and you're kind of seeing some future here and you're very attracted to the person. You don't necessarily want to have those hard conversations. It can be difficult, but I can tell you, you're going to save yourself a lot of time and heartache if you do. Start asking the right questions, and I'll carry on and talk about what some of those